Hello everyone. So, we're going to be talking about two battles from World War I today. Now, what's going to be playing in the background is my Battlefield 1 gameplay. It's on Monte Grappa. I'm going to be starting out with the Scout class using the Gewehr carbine with the 1911 K bullets and the spot, flare, with normal stick grenades. And then for the second half of this match, we're going to be rolling with the assault class with the MP-18, the 1911 again, anti-tank grenades, and an anti-tank rocket with normal stick grenades again. So that's where we're rolling with. Anyway, so the two battles we're going to be talking about are Attack of the Dead and Battle of Verdun. Most of you will probably know about Battle of Verdun, but I'm pretty sure none of you will know about Attack of the Dead unless you watch, like, certain YouTubers. So, I'm pretty sure none of you will know what that battle is. So, yeah. Anyway, let's start. On August 6, 1915, Russian defenders at the fortress of Oswiecim in present-day Poland, suffering the effects of a German poison gas attack, unexpectedly counterattacked, covered with gore from their own damaged lungs. These 60 or less than 100, according to the RT, Walking Dead soldiers fought off far superior numbers, 3 divisions, and saved the fortress. Here's a quote. There was a lull which lasted until August 7th, when the enemy began his assault by sending into the fortress 600 balloons of asphyxiating gas. The Russian troops were taken by surprise, and nearly all in the first and second lines of the defense were poisoned. They fell back, but encouraged by their officers, they made a superhuman effort and drove back the enemy at the point of the bayonet. The Germans waited until 6th of August for the right wind conditions at 4 a.m. at the same time as regular artillery started their bombardment. German forces used poison gases against the defenders, thinking that all the defenders were dead. 14 battalions of Landwehr, at least 7,000 infantrymen, began advancing. When German infantry reached the first line of defense, they encountered what was left of the 13th Company of the 226th Zmysk Regiment, about 100 men. Being unprepared for resistance and seeing the bloody clothing the remaining defenders wore, Russian soldiers were coughing up blood because of the effects of the poison gases, put the Germans in a state of shock, and caused them to break and run. The 5 remaining Russian guns subsequently opened fire on the retreating Germans. European papers afterwards called this the Attack of the Dead Men. When the German chains came nearer to entrenchment from deep green cloak fog, the counterattacking Russian infantry fell upon them. The show was terrifying. Fighters went in bayonet with the persons wounded by rags, being shaken for terrible cough, literally spitting out pieces of lungs on the blood-stained soldiers' blouses. It were the remains of the 13th Company of the 226th Infantry Zmysk Regiment. It is slightly more than 60 people, but they cast the opponent into such horror that the German infantrymen, without having accepted battle, rushed back, trampling each other and hanging on own wire entanglements. This battle will become history as Attack of the Dead Men. Alright, so now we will talk about Battle of Verdun. Now, Battle of Verdun, as I said, is one of the more well-known battles. It's one of the probably the biggest battles in all of World War I. And one of the most gruesome / deadly because of the amount of people that died. So, yeah. So, here's Battle of Verdun. This World War I siege stemmed from German General Erich von Falkenhayn's edict to elicit major bloodshed from the French defenses of the fortress complex around Verdun. German forces advanced quickly in February 1916, claiming Fort Douaumont and Fort Vaux after brutal subterranean melees. Despite coming within 2 miles of Verdun Cathedral, the Germans called out their offensive in mid-July, and Falkenhayn was relieved of his position. The French retook their forts and pushed back the line, and by the time their forces ground to a halt in December, both sides were left with more than 600,000 casualties. It caught French by surprise. It was the worst use of artillery ever in the war. They used squadrons of American pilots to help them, and the Battle of the Somme helped turn the tide of Verdun. To go into more in depth, from the Germans just suddenly attacking them, that's what caught the French by surprise. The worst use of artillery ever pretty much depicts how literally everything and anything that was artillery based, whether it be gas, normal like artillery cannons, anything. Literally anything was used in that fight. They used squadrons of American pilots to help them. They basically had a squad of just pure-blooded Americans helping them, because that was the only type of people they had left during the war. If they didn't have them, who were they going to call? The French? The French don't even know how to fly their own planes. How are they going to defend themselves? But we won't go into that for now. The Battle of the Somme helped turn the tide of Verdun. Basically, anyone who fought in Somme and won after it was all done and said, basically they went to fight to Verdun and basically helped the soldiers from Verdun after they fought in Somme. The Battle of Verdun is considered the greatest and lengthiest in world history. Never before or since has there been such a lengthy battle involving so many men. Situated on such a tiny piece of land, the battle, which lasted from February 21st, 1960 until December 19, 1960, caused over an estimated 700,000 casualties. This is a combination of dead, wounded, and missing. The battlefield was not even a square 10 kilometers. With a strategic point of view, there could be no justification for these atrocious losses. The battle degenerated into a matter of prestige of two nations literally for the sake of fighting. That will be all for now. This is what transpired within the Battle of the Somme. Basically, or Battle of the Somme, between Attack of the Dead and Verdun. These are the two battles that I picked for what I wanted to show as a story. Or, well, not show, but tell as a story. Because these are the two battles that most interest me in terms of relation, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye!